Good morning. Day 95 on the trail. Hey, I'm gonna take a 11:30 trolley back to the trail, and then the first shelter is about 5 miles, so it'll be a short day. But this morning I just wanted to get up and Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. Good day in town. Got resupplied. Got my new shoes thanks to La Familia and Teeter Totter, who did that for me. Wonderful people, and I thank them very much from the bottom of my heart for what they did. Paying it forward, I guess. So, all right, let me get some breakfast. I wish I could get this on the trail every day, and then I'd have a good breakfast. But not gonna happen. So, town does it. There's the commercial end of Main Street, and that's the visitor center. The ladies inside were extremely helpful and nice. We chatted about the trail. They helped me find the right place to get the trolley back to the trail. So definitely go in and say hello. This is the park here at the visitor center. And there's a caboose. Maybe that's the one from Hot Springs. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right, I gotta wait for the trolley. It's due in half an hour. Anybody remember this vine? This is bittersweet. Again, I don't know if it's American or Asian. Here's another one. You can see how thick it is, and that's it. Yeah, let me see if I can get a better angle. That's it, hanging down right there. This tree's got it all over it. Don't know, as I said, if it's American or Asian. I think it's a Japanese bittersweet or Asian. I don't know. I don't remember what the full name is. And lots of mayapple. So, Asian bittersweet is an invasive species that is out competing American. So, something to be conscious of if you start to see it growing. Try to idea it, and I'll do a little more research. What it is I get in town, I got so many things I got to look up and do that I lose track of all my homework. I can't claim the dog ate it because the dog's at home. So short hike today, 5 miles to the shelter. It was nice taking the extra time this morning. I met some lovely people at the visitor center. I could have hung out there all day and chatted with them. Two nice ladies helped me out a lot, trying to set me up where I can get the trolley and stuff, and telling me where the coffee shops were and stuff. What did I say? 5 miles to the shelter, but I'm gonna have to stop at the high point of the day after the climb. A friend of mine is a teacher in Delaware and wants me to connect with him at 2 o'clock to talk to his environmental science class about the Appalachian Trail. So, if I have service up there, what I'll do is I'll take a late lunch, hang out there, and then connect with them at 2 o'clock and see what kind of questions they have and what kind of information I can give them about hiking the AT. And on that note, I'm going to cross the stream, excuse me, and get going and make sure I'm up on that mountain in time. Okay, here's a tree I've not given you yet. So let's go do our homework. Okay, alternate branching, so it's not a maple, ash, or dogwood. All right, now there's 2 giveaways for this tree. One is the uneven base of the leaves. Let me see if I get a good picture. I can't hold the branch. Okay, see the unequal base? Okay, one side stops here, the other side loops around and stops there. That's one clue. The other clue, you can hear how rough and sandpapery the tops of the leaves are. The bottoms on this are not that rough. And that's going to be a clue to something else. So hang on to that thought. Okay. The third clue, see how zigzaggy the twigs are at each leaf? Okay. This is an elm tree. And the fact that the bottom is smooth, let me go back here in case you didn't see the zigzaggy leaf twigs. All right. The fact that the bottom is smooth and the top is slightly rough, that tells me it's American elm. If it were slippery elm, it'd be very sandpapery top and bottom. How are you? Sorry, people came. Slippery elm, believe it or not, is rougher than American elm. As you probably know, elm trees are under assault from Dutch elm disease. What it is, it's a fungus that is introduced to the tree by the Dutch bark beetle. Oh, it's been so long. There's a bark beetle, introduced species, that pierces the bark and sucks juices from the tree. And if the beetle is infected with the fungus gets into the tree that way. So it's European bark beetle, and I forget what the fungus or disease is called. So you don't see many big elms anymore. The other way to ID the elms is from the seeds. Different elms have different wings or papery surroundings of the seed. So, elm, unequal base, sandpapery leaves, zigzaggy twigs. All right. Another monster yellow poplar. Another 4-foot trunk right there. A lot of big poplars. Yellow poplars. Here's some multiflora rose. That's how dense it can get. Beautiful flowers. Smells wonderful. But that's about, I don't know, I'm going to say 12, 15 feet up. So it can get vine-like, yes. So there's another, remember this invasive species? Garlic mustard. Introduced species, pretty much all over the place. So, and the other one was, of course, the bittersweet. Let's just look at something. Alright, just under 2 miles to the shelter. I didn't do much trail filming today. I had a unique activity. A friend of mine is a teacher, and he asked me to go on Google Meetups or whatever it was to talk to his classroom. He's got an environmental studies class, and they're very interested in the Appalachian Trail. So I was kind of talking to them for an hour about the AT and questions that they had. So now it's 3 o'clock. So it'll be 4 o'clock by the time I get to the shelter. Probably too late to do much else. So we'll see. I feel good because I really didn't walk that much today. My new shoes are so nice and cushy and soft and good grips. Actually, the grips are giving me more problems than anything else because I'm just catching the lugs on the sole on everything because they're taller than the lugs that I had. Well, I didn't have any lugs on my old pair. So, all's good. And we'll see what we do. When we get to the shelter, we'll decide whether we want to move on and find a stealth spot or just stay in the shelter. My original plan coming out of Front Royal was to make it to the Manassas shelter, which is the one after this first one. Sorry, dancing on rocks. So if I can get closer, then it won't be such a loss of what could have been a longer day. All right. Since it's getting a little intricate here, I am going to tune out for the moment, and I'll bring you back for good stuff. No sooner did I end the previous clip and was putting my phone away, and I took a fall. Rolled my right foot, which is the bad foot that gave me problems last year. I went down, maybe eating some poison ivy. I don't know yet. I didn't even bother looking. Oh gosh. It feels pretty good now. I didn't hurt the ankle. I hurt the tendon that has given me trouble over the last year. Oh gosh. All right, let me get going. All right, I got a quiz. I have a quiz for all of you. Here I am in the middle of a forest, and there's a stone wall, or what's left of a stone wall. Anybody know why someone would build a stone wall in the middle of the forest? Come on. I'll get back to you later on in the video with the answers. Okay, short day to the Jim and Molly Denton Shelter. Check this out. Cooking and campfire area, under roof. Do not cook in the shelter. Cool. Oh, we got a bird nesting up in the corner. All right. I'll save the shelter for last. Look at this. A bear pole and a horseshoe pit. Wow. a solar shower. Amazing. How does the water get up there? I don't know. I guess there's enough pressure to push it up there. Awesome. Now we'll look at the shelter. I guess that's the privy over there. I hear it's good privy. Look at this. Clean your shoes off. 3-person Adirondack chair. Bench. Look at this. Ladders that don't interfere with the sleepers underneath. This is a nice shelter. This is awesome. Someone's got to leave stuff around, though. You know, it really bothers me that people can't throw out their own trash. There's a comment on Gut Hooks that says this is the cleanest privy on the whole trail. Must be quite a crew that takes care of this one. Moldering toilet. Look at this Dutch door. Unfortunately, it's the old aluminum or stainless steel style. Still though. Nope, no toilet paper. Whole bucket of shavings. Incredible. Must be a hell of a team that works on this one. Alright, let me go set up camp. Yeah, I'm going to stay in the shelter. I was going to pitch a tent, but heck, looks clean. Okay, here's a tree. Had me stumped for a little while until I saw the leaves. I couldn't recognize the bark. But I saw the leaves. It's got the 3 leaves. It's got the clean edge leaf, the mitten leaf, and the ghostly leaf. So this is a sassafras. And I got to tell you right now, I've never seen one that big. The biggest I've ever seen them is about 3-4 inches. So, wow. Pretty cool. I never saw a sassafras that big. There's another one over there too. We got some nice stuff here. Okay. The answer to today's quiz about why would people build a stone wall in the middle of a forest? Last chance for you to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, the answer is it wasn't a forest at the time. It was probably all farmland. Farmers often, when they cleared the land or plowed and found stones, they would carry them to the edge of the field and use the walls as field barriers, field boundaries, as well as property boundaries. So, and a lot of times, excuse my hand, a lot of farmers back in Revolutionary days and maybe even Civil War days were paid with the government giving them land instead of money, and farmers would work it until they, you know, either couldn't make a living out of it or went on to something else. So whenever you see stone walls in the middle of the forest, you know that land was cleared at one time and was either pasture, farmland, grazing land, or whatever. Hayfield, croplands, things like that. So that's the answer. You got to remember, most of the forests here are national forests, which were picked up after logging booms in the late 1800s, early 1900s, when they knew that they had to preserve the resource. So they got the land and they made national forests out of it, and they're letting it regrow, and it's future resources for us if we need them. All right. And on that note, I'm going to close out for today and finish my journal and get to bed. All right. I want to do a big day tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure how many miles. I'll let you know tomorrow after I figure it out tonight. All right. Have a good night.